the signs are pretty ominous for the Penrith Panthers as they look set to complete the three-peat this Sunday against the Brisbane Broncos. Look, it's the 2023 season has been a bit of a rocky one for the reigning NRL premiers. They had a couple of injuries and shock losses to kick early on, and many were wondering if the mean black machine had finally sort of had found its kryptonite, and then yes, but at the right time once again, Ivan Cleary's men have found their form. And yes, it is, that many, and I guess many might be wondering if could be the best NRL club side ever. Look, it could have easily been, it's safe to say that, Panthers could have easily had 4 grand finals if they hadn't choked one of them against Melbourne. But look, a 3-peat is going to be still a brilliant achievement. I mean, it is. I mean, look, the Brisbane Broncos are going to make it a tough challenge, and as you saw against the Warriors, they showed why they were the second best team. It's certainly challenging because at times the best team in the NRL. They've got Reece Walsh and a lot of rising stars in that Broncos team, and they've certainly made vast improvements under Kevin Walters. But look, the Penrith Panthers, though, I guess playing against Melbourne, I think that the Panthers showed why they've been the class of the field for a good number of seasons now, ever since Ivan Cleary returned to the club to partner alongside his son Nathan Cleary. With Jerome Luai returning, they seem to be at their almost indomitable best. Look, it's a team that is, it's a star team, not necessarily a team of stars. I mean, you've got your likes of Nathan Cleary, Tyrone Peachy, and Stephen Crichton, but it's you wouldn't call. I mean, Dylan Edwards is a very good, arguably has, some might argue could be an origin fullback. But he's pretty workmanlike, I guess. He does have the pace, but he's not like flashy, like say someone like even Chinese Nicole Kolstad, for example, at the Warriors. But look, it's a you look at someone like Isaiah Yeo, Tyrone Peachy. Those guys are just Moses Leota. They're just guys who just really know how to, the absolute professionals. They just know how to, they're the key sort of like pistons in the engine, and just that foundation for success. And yeah, so look, it appears going ahead, both sides fortunately are pretty much effectively injury free. I mean, Panthers obviously are missing Tylan Mate, but he's been out for the season. He's sort of, but that's the one injury of note for the Penrith Panthers. But yeah, look, the Panthers, I think I guess they have kind of shades of the sort of like the Crusaders in their pomp. I mean, even the Melbourne Storm when they had Cameron Smith, Billy Slater, etc. And yeah, look, I guess that the debate of whether one side's the greatest ever is always going to be an impossible one because they played in different eras. Although having said that, I guess the NRL's kind of it hasn't evolved too much, so you can almost make somewhat of a comparison between sides. So, apart from the change, the 6 more tackles rule, the NRL hasn't particularly changed too much, like say other sports like rugby, So a case might be made there. I mean, look, obviously this is all premature talk if the Panthers don't quite make it a three-peat this Sunday. But I think they are pretty much running very close. And I guess it pains us as Warriors fans to see, like Ivan Cleary achieving this much success when, he could he have done that at the Warriors? Who knows? Maybe. I guess Nathan Cleary, having Nathan Cleary, his son there, who is not really just only his son, but a really truly talented footballer, and quite possibly one of the best pivots in the game. I mean, if it weren't for Sean Johnson, I think he could say he's easily the best playmaker in the game. He certainly does have some really good supporting cast. Stephen Crichton, for example, of course, Jerome Luai, who I think was the biggest key to this Penrith team being pretty much unbeatable, has returned. So yes, look, it is a bit grand. It's grand final weekend, but for some reason it feels like there's just really only one team of it. I think Brisbane fans would like to think it's not the case, but I think given the experience Penrith has had against the Broncos this season, the Broncos have beaten them once at home. They know how good they are. I think playing in Sydney in front of their mostly home fans, it's going to be a tough ask for the Broncos, and I think a three-peat would almost certainly confirm Penrith's dynasty, and would almost certainly strengthen their case to be considered one of possibly the greatest team that the NRL has ever seen. But yeah, look, I'd like to hear your thoughts. Obviously, there's been so many great NRL sides of the past. Your Melbourne Storms, your Bradford, Sydney Roosters, the Broncos of the past. So many good teams. Where does this Penrith Panthers team step up? So yeah, look, if you like this video, feel free to like, and yeah, don't forget to subscribe.